Go.
The poem is entitled The Man That Shot the Dog. I was born a collie sheepdog with a white ring round my neck. For 9 days my eyes were closed, I couldn't see a speck. I had 4 lovely sisters, me being the only boy, and for 6 weeks we played around, our mother's pride and joy. Till a gentleman from Mullaghbawn to me a fancy took. He stroked me in his arms, then my master's arm he shook. He took me to the motor car, and we started for the road, and in less than 20 minutes I was in my new abode. Well, the first thing my new family did was to look for me a name. They called me this and they called me that, but they sounded all just the same. Till my master, he came round the house, and this to me he said, "Consider yourself now a dog, henceforth your name is Ned." My one great distinction was I had a bunty tail, and I wagged it for my master as we walked over hill and dale. I rounded sheep and cattle, likewise the nanny goat, and often my master threatened he'd cut my flaming throat. As the months rolled by and I grew up, I learned to do my chore. I growled at postmen and soldiers, likewise the man next door. They loved to see me working and said it was a treat, and every time I got into the car, I always washed my feet. But sometimes dogs grow lonesome, and I longed to have a pal, so I met a great big Labrador, and she said her name was Sal. She said she too was lonesome, that she had a pedigree. I said, "That ain't a problem, Sal, you just leave that to me." When her master overheard the news and found out with where I slept, we didn't use protection, so out across the fence he leapt, saying, "You bunty-tailed black so-and-so from beyond in Conway Park, I'll stop your gallivanting round my house after dark." With his gun up to his shoulder, a careful aim he took. The noise that came out of it, the valley round it shook. It left my hide a-burning as the bullets tore my head, and the woman says, "He shot the dog that belongs to Michael Ned." Then my master he did hear the shots, and was only just by luck. He stepped up to the gunman and say, "You newry nuck." Then he let him have the 1, 2, 3 up in the old fazog, saying, "That's the medicine I dish out to any man that would shoot my dog." Then he took me to my kennel, and on the straw I lay, and I hear the neighbours asking, "Will poor Ned live or die?" I'm getting great attention now, for my body's full of lead, and for the first time in my life I'm having breakfast here in bed. My master's all forlorn as he sits and strokes my head, and he searches round my body for those little lumps of lead. He's using awful language as he sits there on the log, and these are some of the things he says about the man that shot the dog. "May scabs like crabs grow up in flabs round everything he feels, and green snotters flow down to his toe, and hacks come on his heels. May his hair fall out, and his woman pout, and his fart smell like a hog, and the devil's luck fall on that newry nuck, the man that shot the dog. May piles surround his big backside like strawberries on their stalk, and every time he lifts his gun, that his stomach it may balk. And as he goes a-hunting o'er meadow, hill or bog, may diarrhea skate with all its might from the man that shot the dog." Now to conclude and finish, I'm on all fours once more, and I feel that urge coming o'er me that did one day before. So I'll slip out some dark night in the mist and the thick fog, and I'll leave another half-dozen pups with the man that shot the dog.
Patsy Mc Cann.